Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 5 of My Life with Asperger's. My name is Mike Demaro, and the topic of today's show is going to be about change. Is change a good thing for Asperger's? Is change a bad thing for Asperger's? Well, I'll talk about my life experiences when it comes to change so it can help you when you have to change or if there's change in the world. Anyways, as you may notice, I have received a lot of complaints or a few complaints about the smoke detector. Guess what? That's going to be a change because I took the time and put the battery in. The battery needed to be changed, and I got that. And I got the other smoke detector on and working too. So you won't have to worry about the noise in the background being the smoke detector. So I hope you're happy about that and I can speak without it interrupting me. Change is sometimes good, sometimes bad in this world. Look at Facebook, for example. They change their website every single week or whatever, month, year, whatever, to update with the times. Yes, the world is also changing because you have changing of the guard, changing of the government, changing of the shows. You know, change can be a good thing sometimes. If you like a good show on TV, or if you like a good new song, or a good new activity, change can be good. Now, with Asperger's, sometimes change does not work out the best. Like, for example, at work, when we when the managers change and the people change, sometimes we get along with them, sometimes we don't. Everybody has that problem because you know we have to deal with the new people, we have to get accustomed to them and whatever. Sometimes it's hard for somebody with Asperger's to do that because it might not be in their mindset, or you know what I mean, might not be with their mindset or whatever can do it. Change, like, let's say, let's put me an example. Every week for work, my schedule changes. I don't have the same days off every week, except for the fact that I have Sundays off every week. Originally, because of church, now it's because of football and whatever I need to do on a Sunday. Now, my schedule changes so that one week I would be scheduled 2 days a week, the next 4 days, next 3 days. They change the schedule and they change the times too sometimes. Like sometimes one Tuesday I might come in at 9 a.m. The next Tuesday I might come in at like 11, you know? And that's kind of strange and, well, changes like that, you gotta get used to them. It'll come around. Change is good sometimes, but sometimes change does not work out good. And then for example, Friday. If I have a Friday off one week, the next I might have to work. You know, that is with the job sometimes, but it gets annoying that my schedule keeps changing and I don't know what days I have off each week. It makes it real hard to make appointments for, like, to see the doctor and for to make an appointments to see vocational rehab, and it's hard for me to keep appointments like that. You know what I mean? Sometimes hard because they schedule you and you don't know when and whatever, and you go ahead and also schedule an appointment, and sometimes it's like a week or two out and you don't know what your schedule is and you can get screwed. All right. Now, some of the other things about change for me is change of scenery, meaning I lived in Massachusetts, then I moved down here to Florida, so I had to adapt to the changes of how everything worked down here in Florida. Luckily, before I did move to Florida, I had the opportunity to do the Disney College program, so I got a preview of what I could expect when I lived down here in Florida. And guess what? I enjoyed the changes, so I decided to move down here to Florida, and that's that's history. And then another example of change is one day we go into work, we go see the security guy, we show them our bags, they checked our bags, and then on the way out, the security guy would be there, check our bags, and leave. Now we have the gates that are up, and we have to scan our ID and go right through the gate. And then on the way out, we don't have to scan the ID again, but we have to go through another set of gates to get out. Now, it took a little bit of time for me to get used to it, but I figured it out and I got away with the change. So, and that's how the change would work on there. Um, Change is a good topic to talk about also, but how would Asperger's deal with it? It depends on the situation. Like some things, change is good. Some things, change is bad. It depends on how an Asperger's person would deal with it. I deal with it okay, but some of the changes, I might freak out. I might get upset. I might wish that things were the way they were before the changes. But as you can see, sometimes it's harder for people with Asperger's to deal with change than it is a regular person to deal with change. I know it's tough, but that's the way the world works. I'm going to end my episode because I don't know what else to explain about change. It is a good topic to talk about, but I don't know what else to talk about with it. So I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll talk to you later.